Hey everybody, this is Natalie from Power Moon Tarot. I'm going to try to record more videos for you guys and hopefully do some morning videos for you guys that involve like more spiritual topics or mediumship readings, etc. And then in the evenings, stick to the relationship readings, a dirty little grab bag, 18 plus, etc. because I do love doing those readings as well. And I'm super comfortable working with sexual energy and the creativity associated with that. So I definitely want to keep doing that for you guys. And before we get into today's reading, I just wanted you guys to take a look at my self-created decks, the Dirty Little Grab Bag and Soul Messages, which another deck that I've created. And yeah, and I have these decks for sale in the description box right now of my video. So you can go to any of my recent videos and find the decks. And maybe I'll do a quick deck walkthrough of each one and how to use each one. And maybe that'll be, oh, look at that. Take me now and a Virgo wants you, okay? So maybe that'll resonate for a couple of you here. And yeah, I'm excited. I just actually thought of that idea right now. I'm doing a deck walkthrough so that you can see what you would get with each deck. For those of you that are tarot readers yourselves and have your own channels or are starting your own channels and you want to do 18 plus readings, I think the Dirty Little Grab Bag would be an excellent addition to your array of decks, okay? So with that being said, also, if you want to follow me on Instagram or TikTok, details for how to do that are below in my description box. No extended reading today. And I think later today, if possible, I'll record an 18 plus reading about your first night with your person. All right. So we will always keep it spicy at Power Moon Tarot, but we will also dive into the spiritual as well because we can't have one without the other. In this reading, I am featuring a deck that I just recently got. I love Alana Fairchild. Her books that she uses are so complete and amazing. And she has, you know, like healing meditations at the end of each one. Anything that you can find by Alana Fairchild for an oracle card. For oracle cards is amazing. Maybe someday I'll put all my Alana Fairchild decks out here and show you guys all of them because she is really fantastic. So we're going to use the Crystal Mandala guidebook here, and I also have my Animal Spirit guidebook as well from the Wild Unknown. So with that said, we are going to go ahead and get into today's reading called What Astral Talents Should You Invest In? And some of you may be wondering, and some of you may know what the astral plane is already, and you may not need to hear this intro. And if that's the case, you can click directly to your pile. And maybe I'll just go through the piles first, and you can go to the description box and choose your pile. You're absolutely more than, welcome to watch more than one pile. And yeah, and basically, the three piles that I have to choose from. But for those of you that aren't familiar with what I'm talking about, like what astral talents should you invest in, stick around for a little explanation of that, okay? So pile number one, if you're drawn to pile number one, you'll choose the Apache tier crystal. I absolutely love the Apache tier. It resonates with the planet Saturn. It's very protective. It also, it's just a very comforting stone, I find. Very, very comforting stone. And we have Amethyst here, which is great for the third eye and crown chakra. It's great for clearing any issues of self-doubt or a lot of mental activity or a lot of unrest. Amethyst, very calming. And this is an amethyst cluster here that I absolutely adore. And this beauty over here is a stone I just got recently called red agate. And agate is, especially red agate, this is more associated with the root chakra and grounding us, but also that fire energy too, that get up and go, that will to sort of keep going and to stay grounded while we do it, okay? So whatever pile you're into, pile number 1, 2, or 3, this is the Modern Witches Tarot, this is the This May Hurt Tarot, and this is the Witches Tarot, okay? So you can, if you know already what the astral plane is and all of that, you can go ahead and skip this explanation. But I have some notes here, and I just wanted to kind of touch on, you know, what is an astral talent, because the reading is called What Astral Talents Should You Invest In, okay? And astral talents are basically undiscovered talents, or talents that we haven't fully manifested or fully developed yet, and we could have already done work on the actual 3D plane, on the earth plane, in our daily waking life to work on that. But the work isn't done yet. There's still some element of it that we can really pull through and we can really learn about in order to grow, okay? So first of all, understanding, you know, what the astral plane is. The astral plane is basically the pre-manifested world. So before this table here came into existence, somebody thought about the design of it, imagined it, designed it, somebody built it, and then poof, it was here for me to buy on the 3D plane, right? So the teaching is that basically everything exists in the astral plane, in the pre-manifested world, before we bring it down to the earth plane, and it exists as an idea or an energy, okay? So that's, and when we talk about the astral plane and connecting to the astral plane, we can do that in meditation, we can do it through tarot readings. When I'm pulling information on tarot readings or in tarot readings, I'm pulling that information from my spirits and guides that are in the astral plane, anchoring me to the energy so I can pull the psychic information through, okay? And you might be like, well, what the heck? But I guarantee that I'm sure a lot of you have heard of astral projection, leaving your body, especially when you're sleeping or dreaming. And, you know, going into the astral plane is something that we do every night when we sleep. And it's a place that we'll go when we leave this earth plane too, I believe, okay? So we're very connected to the astral plane. And for those of you that, it doesn't matter if you meditate, all of us sleep, right? So we spend a third of our life in sleep. So we are definitely connecting to the astral plane. Also, family members, loved ones, etc., that have passed over into spirit form are also, you know, come through the astral plane to reach us, to give us messages, etc. Our guides work through the astral plane to come and meet with us while we're sleeping, etc. Okay? So the astral plane is just a part of, we don't see it because it's not, you know, in form on the 3D plane here, but when we sleep at night or we meditate, etc., we can really tap into that. So as far as an astral talent goes, an astral talent is an undiscovered talent, or a talent that you haven't fully tapped or explored yet or gone deeper with, that that we are doing without knowing that we're doing it. Like we may be doing something on the astral plane that wants to manifest on the 3D plane, and we're doing it in our sleep or in meditation, or we're already touching on that energy, but we just haven't fully pulled it through, okay? And, you know, we get a lot of our training and preparation energies on the astral plane as well. And that's how we learn. And when we find our creative urge to want to learn new things and go in a direction, we had a dream about something, something just really clicked for us. We saw a piece of art or a piece of music that we really wanted to explore, or really set off a new idea in us. These are our kind of connections to the astral plane, okay? And, you know, an undiscovered talent, astral talent, could be a really practical skill as well. Like in your astral, and if you're learning something new right now in your life, you may be dreaming about it in the astral plane too. You know, a really practical skill or a new skill set, job set, etc., that you want to learn or do. So we may have some practical talents come through here in this reading as well. And some of them will probably be more spiritual and subtle, such as connecting with spirits whose voices need to be heard, understanding situations that you can't seem to put your finger on in your active waking life, where you feel like the meaning may be eluding you. But, you know, when you basically go to the astral plane, you're understanding it and you're learning more than you thought. For me, an example of, you know, undiscovered talents on the astral plane, for me, it's really interesting because I've been having dreams lately about new ways to do readings. And new ways to channel collective group energy, and working with the dolphins in doing that, and working with dolphin energy in order to do that. And I can't quite put my finger on all that it is right now. It's sort of like in that pre-manifested phase in the astral plane, but it is something that I'm learning and growing into. So we're gonna go ahead and get into the reading now, guys. And the first card in your reading, your pre-shuffled oracle cards, is gonna be this crystal mandala from the oracle here. And I will read from the book, not the whole thing, but a little bit, to kind of get us into it, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and put aside the other cards here, or the other decks or other piles. And you can go right to the timestamp to select your pile, my beauties. And for those of you that have any experiences working on the astral plane, or, you know, talking about examples of things that you've discovered through that energy, please leave your comments below. I think it would be valuable for everyone to see that, and maybe even start a conversation about it in the comments. So those of you that have any experiences with that, you know, please share with the group, because we're all here to learn from each other, okay? So let's go ahead and get into it. Pile number 1, welcome to your reading. You chose the Apache tear crystal. This is such a gorgeous Apache tear crystal. It resonates with the energy of Saturn and the root chakra. It's very protective, but also very loving and comforting with the Apache tear, okay? It helps us move through situations that are very challenging emotionally as well, and grounds us, okay? So you chose the Apache tear, and our reading today is called What Astral Talents Should You Invest In? And if you guys haven't, you're not sure what I mean by astral talents, then watch my intro in the beginning where I give some examples of that and talk through that a little bit, okay? But we're gonna see where Spirit wants to take us in this reading, and let's go ahead and get into it. Spirits, angels, and guides, please help me connect to the energy of pile number 1, their astral plane, the energy of their connection to the world of spirit. Please connect me in there now so that I may reach for their undiscovered astral talents. Okay, let's do it, pile number 1. All right, so first out of the gate here with your crystal mandala is, okay, we have labradorite, individuality. I can't say the word today. Individuality. It's too early in the morning, right? But let's go ahead and look at this. It's angel Ihel and Iahel, and I don't know if I'm saying that right, but it's number 5 here. And it says, Spirit says, we bring you the gift of individuality. As you receive our gift, you will feel safe enough to enjoy the aspects of yourself that truly make you unique, from particular interest to your way of expressing yourself to what excites and inspires your spirit. Your individuality is the way the divine wishes to manifest itself through you in this lifetime. The key to your divine life purpose is to know who you are and to love and accept that self, so that you allow natural development and expression in the world to take place. As you accept your individuality, you will understand how natural it is for you to fulfill your life purpose and divine destiny. You will instinctively gravitate towards people, places, and energies that support you in being your bright, true spirit. You will grow to express yourself more freely and authentically, and the divine light within shall shine brighter without a veil of fear, confusion, or shame obscuring it. Okay, you have no need to compare yourself to any other. You are a unique child of the universe and your own special path and destiny to fulfill. All right, so what matters more than whether another understands your lifestyle and choices is whether the choices you make reflect your own personal values. The first task you'll have on your path of discovering and honoring your individuality is to ask yourself, what has meaning for me? Okay, what has meaning for me? So that's with labradorite. Labradorite, I have a piece of it right here, actually. It's the energy of the northern lights, right? It's a very beautiful, exciting stone. It's a great stone for empaths too, and psychic awareness, and connecting to that unique, brilliant light of the northern lights, okay? And and I think that Spirit has a message for you about your astral talents. you know, discovering your individuality and discovering what sets you apart for others and not worrying about what makes you different, okay? And just going with the flow on that. All right, we have the Four of Wands. So, you know, I feel like an undiscovered talent here is you may be somewhat of a matchmaker on the astral plane, pile number one, bringing together, you know, energies, complementary energies for growth and wisdom, all right? Because the Four of Wands is, it's called the Lord of Completion, and the Four of Wands really brings Emperor and Empress energy together, okay? And the Emperor and the Empress are divine counterparts. With the Four of Wands, we have 1111 energy. So I do think that with this individuality card here, I think you guys may be somewhat of a matchmaker in the astral plane, bringing together complementary and balancing energies, especially when people are very unique or don't kind of fit with the regular kind of crowd. And I think you're very good at pointing people in the right direction of, you know, this would be a good fit for you is kind of what I feel, all right? Safe travel, oh my God. So number 22 is a master soul number. It says, keep me safe and let me roam far away, but bring me home. So, I mean, this is like really like astral travel, right? For sure. I mean, I feel like you guys take many journeys and travel to very remote parts of the universe when you're in the astral plane, and you're always safe and protected. And I do think you may be blessing people on the astral plane who are heading out on journeys themselves or taking on new challenges or going places that they haven't been before. You're blessing their journey and you're keeping them safe. And think about how this relates to things that you already do in the 3D physical world, okay? And yeah, you guys are really helping others kind of get out of a protective bubble where they just stay with what they know, and instead you send them safely on their way and with protection around them, but also free to discover and roam and be who they want to be, which is really amazing. Okay, we have the hummingbird. So I'm just going to read a teeny bit from this book on the hummingbird. I've been into reading from the books today, or not today, but just lately, because I just don't want, I think sometimes the words are gonna activate you guys, and you know, it's going to be meaningful to you, even if I don't know that you're being activated through it, okay? And we see the hummingbird as positive, enthusiastic, and spiritually resourceful. Inside the tiny hummingbird resides an endless well of energy and positivity. The hummingbird's secret is that it has learned where to gather nectar, and it returns to these sources daily for nourishment and rejuvenation. This sacred elixir springs from many sources, but usually involves nature, creativity, and exploring spirituality. Follow the way of the hummingbird and you cannot go wrong. Every droplet of life becomes sweet, every moment worth savoring. Okay, and when a hummingbird is in balance, we are smart, curious, and we love to learn. And we really embrace that individuality, right? When out of balance, we may be pushy, insistent, impatient, or sharp, right? And to bring the hummingbird energy into balance, it says take a class, okay? So you guys may be taking classes on the astral plane too, and really being patient with others, with yourself, and really learning ways that you can help others expand and grow here, okay? And bring others together in a really, especially for people who have felt like they're outcasts or they don't belong. I feel like you guys may be really helping people on the astral plane with that. We have the Pyramid of Light, Psychic Protection. Awesome. As a being of light, darker energies may at times seek to interfere with your spiritual progress. There is nothing to fear and only more awareness of the power and protection of divine love. The Pyramid of Light confirms that energies have been causing interference on your path, and now it is time for interference to cease completely through loving divine power. Yep. So maybe people who doubted you or didn't think that you could finish things or didn't think that you would be able to push through things. And that, you know, with the Apache tier here, it's, you know, sometimes I feel very comforted and grounded by this stone when I hold it, but It also, you know, is helpful for people who are going through grief or having to let go or dealing with sadness or depression as well too, is what I feel, okay? Like it's very much like an I got you kind of a stone, like I got you, okay? And I feel like you guys are practicing this skill on the astral plane, telling others, I got you, I'll protect you, it'll be okay. I know you're different and I know you're not like everyone else. And I think, you know, for you guys in pile number 1, it may be that you had experiences with bullies or being bullied or people doubting you or people trying to pull you back or feeling like shame because you can't express who you are, or you need to hold back parts of who you are because it wouldn't be appropriate in certain environments. And I think on the astral plane you guys are completely free of that, and you're conquering fear, right? You're conquering fear. Look at this. You help others. Like I said, you help others where they've been held back and they've been afraid to move forward on a new journey. You're helping them. Look at this. This is you. You're like an angel. You're taking their hands. I do think you may be working with children or even teenagers in some capacity too on the astral plane, and helping people get over their fears and the things that, you know, they're meant to do in order to push them forward. And so, yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah, take the lead, 3 of Wands. Okay, so you're really actively showing people how to govern their energies so that they can keep pushing forward and they can keep believing in themselves and they can keep rising up, all right? And this very empowering, and this is a very empowering energy. And some of you may be like, well, I wish I could be like that. Or sometimes I deal with depression or feeling down in my regular waking life. And I think it's because of the heaviness of the earth plane. If you feel that way at times, or you feel other people's energy draining or dragging on you, or you just don't feel fully vitalized at times, you know, and I think that it's because you probably have some heavy Saturn energies in your chart. You may have some very prominent Saturn placements or Capricorn placements in your chart as well, some heavier. And Capricorn energy is wonderful for sustaining growth. It really is. It's wonderful. But I feel like on the astral plane, you guys are more taking charge. You're like astral networkers and connectors. You're connecting people. You're like I said, an astral matchmaker. And I feel like you guys pair people with the skills that they need. Like you're like, okay, you have this skill and you have this skill. You guys are going to pair together and you're going to go and do this together, and it's going to help teach you guys. And I feel like you guys plug people in that way. I also feel like you guys could be like romantic matchmakers on the astral plane too. And some of you are going to be like, well, why am I not matchmaking myself, right? And or why have I struggled with, you know, crappy relationships that have made me feel sad, right? Or doubt myself. And I feel like the reason you've done that is to kind of go through these experiences. And I feel like you're coming to the end of that. You're coming to the end of that learning period, pile number 1. But you've also just been exploring the gamut of energies so that you can understand everything better, is what I feel too. Yeah, we have 9 of Wands here, rest and reconsider. So on the astral plane, you're really taking in all the lessons and that you've learned. And after a period of exerting yourself and for others and showing them the way, you really take the rest of the time to sort of integrate those lessons. And I think that that's something you can do in your 3D life too. Your earth plane life is basically, you know, you expend energy, you show yourself, and it's not easy to do that, right? It's not easy to be ourselves in a world that tells us we shouldn't. You expend that energy, you push the energy out there, and then you pull back and rest and replenish, okay? So I do think, yeah, we have full moon in Leo. So I also think that you're pretty snazzy and you're pretty glamoury and glitzy on the astral plane, okay? I think that you guys are, you know, very noticed on the astral plane, and I feel like people may seek your counsel a lot on the astral plane as far as, you know, glamour, love, relationships, etc. And I think you're quite a household name on the astral plane, pile number 1. You may get a lot of attention, and there may be a line of people that are waiting to see you for your services. I just thought of that show on Netflix. I think it was called Indian Matchmaker. And I actually loved watching that show. It was very interesting because they had like an astrologer, they had somebody who was analyzing pictures, or analyzing the energy in the faces, like reading the faces. It was a phenomenal education, because like in the West, we don't really, we have like online dating sites that will tell you your percentage match with someone or something like that. But like, I do feel like you guys are highly sought out for your ability to kind of lead and put people in the right place at the right time. All right. And that is so cool because it's such revitalizing and active energy, right? And it says here, don't let pride get in your way, which is hilarious in a way, because I feel like on the 3D plane, you guys are like, what? I would never, like, I feel like you guys are humble people on the 3D plane. Like, you're not having huge egos, etc. But in the astral plane, you may you may have a little bit bigger head, no problem, right? Like, just because of the work that you're doing. And I do think you're, you guys are doing nice. I just got chills. North Node, life's purpose. You guys are doing your life's purpose and your destiny already on the astral plane. All right. And this work that you're doing on the astral plane is just further, foundationing the work that you're going to do on the 3D plane too. And look at these two energies holding hands, mixing with one another. And I feel like you guys have a very vibrant and very active energy on the astral plane, right? And I feel like people really respect you because you are currently on the earth plane and you are dealing with these energies yourself. You do deal with heavier energies on the earth plane. So you become like, and that's why we have don't let pride get in the way here. And look at this person with their arms spread out in the heart space, right? And I think on the astral plane, you guys kind of hold court a little bit and you're like, wait, I got it, and you're like, I got this whole thing, is what I feel like, okay? And people are surprised by the things that you suggest, I feel like, all right? And if you're like, that doesn't, like I'm more reserved or things like that, in real life, and or I have the tendency to be a little bit more reserved, I feel like on the astral plane, you just let that all go, and you really, and I think, channeling into this energy and understanding your own expertise and what it is that you do, and, the confidence that's built, over time as a result of doing this, you can ask your guides to help anchor that into the 3D plane for you, pile number 1, okay? Ask your guides to help you anchor that into this lifetime, into the 3D plane as well, okay? So let's see, what undiscovered astral talents does pile number 1 have here? What undiscovered astral talents does pile number 1 have? Oh, there it is, the 3 of Wands. We have it tight. We have it twice here. We have it tight. We have it twice. Pile number 1. We have it 3 times. A thrice, right? Thrice. 1, 2, thrice. 3 times a lady. Pile number 1. Right? This is Sun and Aries energy. We could have Leo or Aries energy here. And for some of you, if you're not aligned with fire energy in this lifetime, or you have fire energy but deep Saturn contacts in your chart, or you have Saturn on your ascendant, or you have Sun conjunction Saturn, or you've got a Sun square Saturn, things like that in your astro chart, it's like it's because you are learning about, or like Moon and Capricorn, things like that. It's because you are learning about the earth plane energies in order to be a better advisor in the astral plane, okay? And nobody can really fuck with you on the astral plane, pile number 1. You guys are experts, you're pioneers, and you've accomplished a lot. I feel like you've really accomplished a lot, and people do seek your counsel, is what I feel, okay? Because your counsel is very dynamic and direct, and doesn't mince words and doesn't give people a line of bullshit or anything. And yeah, and I feel like people come from near and far on the astral plane to come and get your advice and to hear about, you know, what they should do. I feel like also too, when people set off on new journeys and souls that have departed and then they're moving into other worlds, I also feel like you guys help people, you know, cross that threshold and move on to the next phase. You know, because I'm just watching, we have safe travels here, number 22. And then we have the 3 of Wands where it's like, you know, watching the ships, all right? Watching the ships come in or watching the ships set out, you know, just surveying the land. And this card is actually called the Kingdom of Gold, okay? And I think you guys are like, it's a Sun and Aries card. You guys are really expressing your authority and your strength, right? And the Sun in Aries is in dignity there. So I definitely feel like you guys are helping people set out who've crossed over as well to move on to new. Yeah, you guys are very busy on the astral plane. You guys are doing your soul's purpose. And I feel like a lot of you may be a little bit too busy to be having like a romantic connection, maybe yourself, but I don't think on the astral plane, that doesn't mean you're not going to have a romantic connection in the 3D or on the earth plane here. It's just that you're very busy and focused on the astral plane. So there's not a lot of time for fucking around. Yeah, we have 5 of Swords here. So, you know, I think you're also a comfort to people when they feel like their ego or pride has been really wounded or really hurt, or they've been excluded or left out. It's like you tend to those people and you help, you know, basically help people who've gone through those kinds of experiences and help them rebuild after that. Okay, let's see what else here. What else here? The Hanged One. All right, yeah. I feel like some of the work that you guys do on the astral plane is work that you kind of do by yourself. I feel like with the involvement of others, it just kind of holds you back when you're on the astral plane. And so you tend to work alone more often than not. And I feel like you guys are just building spiritual knowledge. It's like you assign yourself a task to do in the astral plane. It's like not only are you growing on the 3D plane here with this, you know, with this Saturn energy, but you're also really growing and taking leaps and bounds in the spiritual planes as well. And I do feel like this lifetime is a lifetime of growth for you. It's a lifetime of growth and learning, okay? And your counsel and your abilities are just growing over time. And there's been, you know, a lot of patience I feel that you've had to have in this lifetime. And I do feel like some of you could be wistful, you know, in your 3D life, wanting to set out or feeling like something is missing at times. And, you know, and I think it's because you are kind of living such dynamic and intense lives, and also very well known. I feel you're very well known on the astral plane. That's probably why you have psychic protection here. But look at that fire energy. And you know, and maybe you don't have the most fire energy in your 3D life. And I feel like sometimes you may think that like, oh, it's all work and no play. And you know, and I'm just kind of here, and I don't even know what I'm here for. I feel like some of you may feel that way at times, okay? And there may have been, you know, we saw the Devil card on the bottom of the deck. There may have been some hard lessons, and you guys may have been dealing with some people who are very flaky or very one-sided and very, it's like you're trying to learn about all the energies out there. And so you're kind of experiencing everything is what I feel, pile number 1. So how can pile number 1 bring this energy down to the 3D plane? What can pile number 1 do here? The Chariot, right? So yeah, it's all about movement for you. It's all about revving up that engine and getting it going and moving regardless, you know, haters be damned, right? It's about saying, I'm gonna move forward, and I'm I'm going to take this to the max and I'm going to push forward, even if there are forces that stand or sit in my path, or things that feel like they're an impossible dream. I'm going to keep going anyway. I'm going to keep taking one foot after another, one step after another. And instead of looking at energies that may slow me down or stop me as, you know, as against me, as those energies are against me, I'm just going to look at those energies as possibly redirecting my path here to something better. And yeah, we have 10 of Swords. So I also feel like some of you guys may need to use technology better, or you may need to use like, you know, you maybe need to unplug from technology a little bit here. And it may be kind of making you feel drained, or making you feel a bit off at times, especially at nighttime if you're using a lot of technology, and maybe impacting your vitality during the daytime, or your kind of get up and go type of energy. Yeah, you guys, because I mean, with the Knight of Swords here, I do feel like sometimes, you know, you do feel this push-pull of, okay, I need to go, I need to do this, I need to get it moving, right? And then it's like, you're like, you know, it's like the weather changing, like the psychic weather changes, and then you're like, I feel drained, I feel tired, right? And I think it's because, you know, it says this psychic protection, pyramid of light here. It says darker energies may at times seek to bring interference into your spiritual progress. And I don't really believe that these darker energies can really do anything to us really per se. I mean, I think that they need to frickin' stand down, you know? And sometimes you guys may go a little bit numb because you're around these forces that are kind of rubbing against you. And I feel like you just need to disconnect. You need to unplug from the matrix and disconnect from this need to just listen to others kind of push you, right? Like you push yourself, and you know when to rest and when to slow down and rest, and when to push forward, okay? And don't let the things that other people say take you into a state of feeling really drained or comatose, okay? Let's see what else here. 9 of Wands. Yeah, again, the 9 of Wands came out on the 9 of Wands. Rest and reconsider. Okay, so I do think some of you guys need to take time out at times in nature, and you need to unplug and be away from certain people. And there may be some people in your life that you need to reconsider in general. There may be an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or possibly a Gemini or a Sagittarius, that you need to reconsider whether, you know, this is an energy that you want to be around, okay? There may be some people in your active life, all right, that you need to, because look at this, there's the Queen of Wands on the bottom of the deck. This is the energy that's trying to flower or push through or be realized, all right, is this Queen of Wands energy. And there's no need to feel any anxiety or feel any pressure or stress about the people around you and what they could do to you, pile number one. They really can't. And I want you to channel some of that power from the astral plane, okay? So that is what I'm getting for you, pile number one. I hope that you enjoyed your reading, my darlings. I hope that that was informative for you. I know I enjoyed it. And we will go ahead and move on to pile number two. Thank you, pile number one. Please like, share, and subscribe. All right, let's get into pile number two. First of all, let's clear the energy. Thank you, Spirit. And let's get into it. Pile number two, welcome to your reading. You chose the Amethyst cluster. And our reading today is called, What are your astral talents? What astral talents should you invest in? And for those of you that are wondering, what is an astral talent? I'm not sure what Natalie means by that. Please watch the beginning intro of the video because I touch on it and I go through it, okay? And for those of you that work on the astral plane and are familiar with the term and understand the work you're doing there, etc., please leave me a comment. Let me know if this video resonates with you, or just share your knowledge with others, okay? So let's go ahead and get into it. Spirits, angels, and guides. For my beautiful pile number two, please help me connect to their calm and radiant energy. Please and thank you. All right, pile number 2. I'm getting the word simplicity. All right, so we don't even need a lot of words. We just flow into it. We flow into the creativity. We flow into the energy. We don't even need to say so many words, I feel like, for you, pile number 2. So what are pile number 2's? What astral talents should they invest in? Oh, we have revelation, angel Amethyst, and blue obsidian, the energy of revelation. Okay. Wow. So let's read about this. This is card number 6. Crazy, because in pile number 1 it was card number 5. So it's like in pile number 2 we're moving on to card number 6. So cool. And let's go ahead and see what the book says regarding blue obsidian. It says, we bring you the gift of revelation. There are times when not knowing is helpful. During such times, you may develop unconditional trust in the universe. That trust will then support you in living your life according to your personal truths. You need a lot of trust in yourself and in life to live with such courage. Not knowing the bigger picture can help you stay focused on what you need to do right now. Rather than getting excited about the future, you become distracted from the work that needs to be accomplished in the present moment, unwittingly slowing down your progress and delaying the very future you want to draw closer to. However, there are other times when it's more helpful to know, to understand, and to see. A particular truth will help you gain perspective, let go of the past, heal a wound, and feel safer, feel more loved, empowered, and ready for your next step on your life journey. This is one of those times. We bring you the helpful gift of revelation now because you are ready to know deeper truth. There is an expression that says, when it is no longer serves you not to know, you shall know. For the spiritual aspirant who believes their path would be much easier if only they knew what was going on in their lives and why things happened the way they were, this might seem questionable. Yet there are benefits and empowerments that happen for us when we enter a not knowing phase of our life journey, laboring through darkness and confusion and not really sure about what we are doing or supposed to be learning. During such times, there is a possibility to develop spiritual strength by learning to trust unconditionally in life. Okay. As we might feel, we are always ready to know what is going on, and that isn't actually the case. There are times when seeing the divine purpose behind what's happening and realizing exactly what we are letting go of and what we are growing into would intimidate or frighten us. It might also seem so grand or overwhelming that we shut down and resist the process because our minds don't understand what seems difficult or impossible now can seem utterly natural and comfortable in several years or even several months from now. Okay. And this is such an interesting card, this revelation card, pile number 2. I got lost in that. And I am just like you with this amethyst cluster here. It's like psychic awareness. We want to know, like, why are things happening? Why do things occur the way that they do, right? And I feel like you guys may be very curious and very much a spiritual seeker in your 3D normal earth plane life. And I feel like on the astral plane, it's like you guys really set your mind free from, any kind of complex and, trying to figure things out, okay? From the complexities of trying to go, well, why is person A and person B doing this? Or why is this energy appearing in my life? Or why did this happen this way, right? And as children ask why 1,000 times, right? Maybe some of you in pile 2 have children and they've asked you that, or you've been around nieces or nephews who've done that, right? And it can get annoying, right? You're like, hey, you're like, simmer down, right? And I think that, and sometimes for like those of you that are psychics as well, that have, tarot businesses, or you have a spiritual business and people are constantly wanting to know why something is the way it is. And, and I see that a lot too. And a lot of times, like, we can't, like the Oracle book said, we can't always know why everything. And the book is absolutely right in the sense that if we understood every single thing about everything, then why even be on the earth plane, right? Why even be here? And why even come here, right? Like, then we would just rest. And I feel like, you know, it's so funny. I feel like you guys do rest in the astral plane. I feel like you guys take a break from, you know, the whys and the this and the questions. And, you know, you guys may work in a field in your regular, you know, physical life where you are asking a lot, you know, people are asking you a lot of questions, or you're training people, whether it be at your job or, you know, or you're some type of counselor, or you have some type of spiritual business, and people really come to you seeking answers, or, you know, seeking your wisdom, right? And I feel like in the astral plane, you guys kind of rest, okay? And I'm seeing you guys kind of putting your hands on a wall and just sort of letting the energies sort of flow through you and touching this wall or material, and just letting the energy flow through you and rejuvenate you, and shutting your body, or not shutting your body down, but shutting your mind down, right? Shutting your mind down and just resting from it all, okay? And it's really a testament to all the work that you're doing on the 3D plane. And I feel like sometimes when people why you to death, you may get annoyed, and you may even annoy yourself with the whys, right? Because things that we find annoying in other people, like, we may tend to do too as well. And for those of you that are getting hit with a lot of whys from other people, you know, I always tend to redirect people back to their own inner wisdom and inner knowing, okay? And sometimes we can figure out a why, and it is helpful. And sometimes, you know, and then if that's the case, Spirit will show us that through another person or through our own intuition. And when we're ready for that answer, it will definitely come out. But if we're not ready for it yet, then it's not going to come out. And we really just have to surrender, okay? We really have to surrender. And there's something about the need to kind of figure everything out that takes us out of the present moment as well. And I think when you're on the astral plane, pile number 2, you're really meditating. You're really plugging into the divine source. You're really sitting with the goddess. You're really calming your mind and just receiving, you know, like crown chakra, just kind of peace flowing through you. It's like there's nothing to figure out. There's nothing to tap into. It's just tapping into source itself. I love that. Ooh, look at this. The Chariot, the Rider. And you know what? This is really what, when I see the Chariot, I often think of the Merkaba, because it's like the Ascension Chariot. The Merkaba is the Ascension Chariot. And it is that protective energy around us that, you know, and it's like you guys move very quickly. I feel like, you know, spiritually, psychically, etc., and maybe even mentally, I feel like you guys move very quickly, right? And it's like you need something cool and calming to kind of bring that energy back. And I feel like, you know, water, or the color blue, or water energy, and getting fed with water energy, because this is also a Cancer card, a card associated with the sign Cancer, that helps you to calm that energy down, so that when you do need to do something on the astral plane, you can be very directed and focused and get it done quickly, okay? And I feel like you guys are like time management on the astral plane, all right? Wow. We have Harvest. As the waves of the ocean are infinite, and as the trees in the forest grow tall, let my work now bring me harvest. I'm ready to receive my all. Okay, number 43. So, you know, I do feel like you guys are very hardworking. You're very tapped in. And some of you may be wondering, like, well, you know, when am I going to get to the next phase, right? And when is this? And understanding your abundance and understanding the energy of the harvest, right? We could have Cancer and Virgo energy here too. But understanding, like, you know, and some of you may be thinking, like, you may be working very hard in your physical 3D life and thinking, when is this going to happen for me, right? When is XYZ going to happen for me? Because I'm putting in all this effort and work, right? But I feel like in the astral plane, you guys are teaching people how to slow down from that, okay? In order to really marshal your energies in a way that makes sense. Okay, we have the Vulture, and I actually had the Vulture in another reading and I read from my book on it, so I already am tapped into this energy. Maybe some of you got this in another reading because it came out recently, and I love it when that happens because there's how many cards in a deck, and yet this card comes out again. But I feel like, on the astral plane, you guys are like, don't waste your energy, right? Because the vulture is about not wasting anything. Nothing is wasted, okay? It's like, don't waste anything and be grateful for what you have, right? And I feel like you teach people how to make the most out of the moves that they're making and how to be strategic in that way, but also how not to work from a place of results only, okay? Results only, just for the sake of results. And I think you show people on the astral plane, like something that somebody discarded that they didn't think was worth anything. You show them that like that actually is a key to something for you, and that actually is worth something to you. And here's what you could do with it. I feel like that's kind of the work, the astral talent that you guys have. All right. We have the dark mysteries. The dark goddess calls you to her inner chamber where she holds a test and a gift for you. The test is your willingness to meet and release the fears within that have been secretly holding you back. The gift is freedom, peace, opportunity, and prosperity in all forms. Will you accept her call? Your time for deeper initiation is here. Oh my God, I got chills. Pile number 2. Wow, the dark goddess, the vulture. Oh my God, I love that. I love it. And, sometimes the energy of having to turn people away or disappoint people or tell people, I don't know, or I don't have the answer to that, right? Because we can't, we have to focus on our own inner journey first. And I was listening to something this morning, and it's just coming up for me. And in this little thing I heard this morning, video, it was talking about how no one's coming to save us and how we really have to save ourselves, and how sometimes that can seem very harsh to people, but at the same time, it's very empowering. It's freedom, it's opportunity, it's prosperity. Because if we're in control of it, if we're the commander of the chariot, then anything can happen and abundance can be ours in massive quantities. And things that we thought had no value or that wouldn't make sense or that, other people might frown at or something, right? We have the dark mysteries here, that we should just go ahead and do it anyway. And with the dark mysteries and revelations, it's like we can't know everything, right? And I actually love saying I don't know is an act of rebellion. And I feel like some of you could be a little bit rebellious on the astral plane. There is actually one tarot card reader that I just totally love his readings, because he's like therapy for tarot readers. He's like, I won't say his name. Maybe if you message me, I'll tell you who it is. But I absolutely love his reading style, because he'll be like, I don't care if that's your story. It is your story, And I'm like, oh my God, like watching him is like therapy for tarot readers. And I feel like on the astral plane, I feel like in your 3D life, you guys may be very helpful, very, extending of yourself to others, wanting to help push people forward on their path. But I feel like on the astral plane, you guys are like, you're gonna you kind of maybe turn people away at times, and you're like, I'm busy with my own process here, and you're gonna go, work with your own intuition. All right, I feel like some of you may do that. Yeah, we have self-love and nurture here. So I feel like, you guys are on the astral plane. Like I said, you guys are very much connecting to the goddess. You're connecting to Venus energy here with self-love and nurture, and Cancer energy, Venus energy, water energy. And it's a lot lighter and softer than maybe you are in your 3D life, okay? And I feel like sometimes you guys are very protective of that, and you could be very mysterious about what you're doing on the astral plane, not letting everybody necessarily see it, but you're coming from a good place, okay? You're not, holding back just to be an asshole. Like you're just really like, in the energy. Yeah, we have 6 of Wands here. Believe and succeed, right? Oh, I love that. It's like, You guys are also working on your own abundance and the energy of not letting all the people around you kind of drain your energy or take from you. I feel like you're very focused on like how you can create good luck for yourself, how you can harvest. I feel like some of you could be like gardening too as well on the astral plane, or doing hobbies that are like very relaxing, and maybe some of you like doing that now even on the 3D plane as a way to relax. But I feel like some of you could be doing some things that you are very good at even on the 3D plane that bring you a lot of like, you know, just bring you a lot of confidence and bring you a feeling of accomplishment, but things that you can kind of do on your own that are more solitary. That's what I feel like. Good for you guys. Oh, right on. We have the lovers here. So, oh my God, you guys are totally, I feel like you guys are also meeting with someone with your significant other, or who would be your significant other. I feel like you guys are also meeting on the astral plane here. And, you know, I love this intertwining leaves. This is like a leaf that's growing upward that's intertwining. I feel like you guys are dancing and playing and singing, and there's such an air of simplicity. And I feel like on the astral plane, you're very humble in a way, pile number 2, and you may be a very strong authority in your daily life or daily grind. But on the astral plane, I feel like you love simplicity. And even if you are a queen or a princess or a king in your, like, or what would be considered that kind of in modern day, like, you know a lot, people come to you for counsel. On the astral plane, I feel like it's the simple things that make you smile, okay? And I feel like you guys are there with your love, and you guys are playing and having fun together, and you're in your own little bubble together, and it's beautiful and magical. And if for those of you that haven't found this person yet, you're already meeting with this person on the astral plane, and you're really a comfort to one another is what I feel, all right? And that's next to the Believe and Succeed card. So we're going to find out how to bring that energy into your waking life too. Balance, spirituality, and practicality. Yeah, that's what I feel like you guys are doing. I feel like you guys are very spiritual in your daily life, but on the astral plane, you're very practical. You're like, I'm going to go get my 8 hours of sleep. I'm going to go, you know, weed around in the garden. I'm going to go do this. I'm going to go do that. I mean, take it as it resonates. It could be reversed, that you're very practical in your day-to-day life, but I do feel that your astral life is more about simplicity and maintaining balance, okay? Some of you could be Pisces here, have a moon in Pisces, or you could be very creative in your active day-to-day life. But on the astral plane, it's like, we're just gonna embrace simplicity. Oh, look at that, 12th house, escape. Yep, so on the astral plane, you guys are like, leave me the fuck alone. I am with my baby, and we are in this motherfucking garden, and we are kissing and hugging and loving, and back the fuck off, all right? That's what I feel like. And there's no pressure for you on the astral plane to have all the answers, okay? Pile number 2, I absolutely love this. Actually, this reading is making me think of someone from my work, a couple of gals that I work with, who, yeah, anyway, especially one gal that I work with, maybe she'll see this reading, and if she does, hey girl, hey, you know who you are, okay? But let's go ahead and see. How can pile number 2 bring more of this, you know, loving, boundaried, but self-contained, peaceful mental energy back into their daily life? How can pile number 2 bring this back into their daily life spirit? Yeah, here's the Emperor. I mean, there may be some people in your life. Some of you may have a boss that's an ass, or you may have some authority figures in your life that you're just like, fuck, you know, and or for you guys, for some of you that work for yourselves, you guys may be very hard driving on your own agenda, and you are creating stability for yourselves, and 4 resonates with the number of stability and foundation and doing the practical hard work in order to create that foundation. And I feel like you guys are very motivated to do that in your waking life, but I also feel like, you know, part of this is saying, like, this is where the rubber meets the road. This is where you know, this is where the boundary is, this is where the rubber meets the road, and I am sovereign. I don't have to ask for permission for everything, especially if you're doing a great job and kicking ass at what you do. And you may have a boss that, you know, kind of, you know, makes you like overly check in with them or overly manages you sometimes. And I feel like you guys just need to kind of slough that off, because if you're doing a great job and you're independent pretty much in what you do, I feel like you just kind of need to just shake it off, baby. You know, walk, just kind of, you know, let me see you walk, pile number 2. Let me see you walk, because I feel like, you know, it's just you guys aren't going to be, your energy isn't going to be held down or suppressed by anybody is what I feel. Okay, we have the 3 of Swords here. So I do feel like some of you may feel like that, you know, if you were to say something or draw certain lines in the sand, that people wouldn't support you, or that they wouldn't, you know, that they wouldn't respect what you say, they wouldn't support you, or they would, and you know, the swan here, like I'm just drawn to the fact that this is a swan, and swan kind of represents Venus energy. So I do feel like it doesn't kind of, it does, it represents Venus energy. And I feel like, you know, you guys feel that people may, you know, take advantage of your good nature, or, you know, betray you, backstab you, etc. If you are to, you know, be a little bit more sovereign in the way that you're living your day-to-day life, or that you're not going to get people the help that they need, right? That people need help or need guidance, and if you're not going to be there to do it, then who will? Some of you may be kind of grappling with that. Yeah, here's the Chariot. It came up twice in your reading, right? It's here and here. But Spirit is saying, you know, move on from those thoughts, right? Like the Emperor and the Chariot are very like self-determined, self-contained. I'm going to push and do this and go forward. And, you know, and I don't think it's like, I want to say like consequences be damned, pile number 2, but I feel like you guys are aware of the energies around you. And I do think that you understand if you make this move, the other person might make this move. And I think that you get that. But some of you may be a little bit more worried or a little bit more paranoid about it at times than you need to be. I feel like sometimes you just need to push forward, because you're going to be fine no matter what, all right? And if it doesn't work out where you're at a certain job, you can go somewhere else. Anywhere would be lucky to have you. You guys have a very sharp and fast-moving mind, and that's why people seek your counsel. You're able to put things together very quickly, and you're able, but I also see that it's a lot of mental activity, and it's a lot of, you know, it's just a lot of go, 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 move, 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 right? And I feel like sometimes it can get, you know, and it's fun, right? In some way it's fun to like kind of master things and move through things. But, you know, when it becomes like you feel that it's expected of you all the time, or people are not respecting you when you need to kind of shut off and take a break or take a vacation or step back from something, then, you know, then that's like really when you need to kind of just, you know, we have escape here, right? You just kind of need to balance your spirituality and practicality, right? You need to, you know, there may be things that you need to get done, or people that are depending on you, pile number 2, but you have to balance that out with your need to kind of just kind of flow in the direction that you need to go, and not really have your energy owned by anybody, all right? Like nobody owns you, not a job, not anything, okay? Yeah, you guys are sharp, okay? You guys are very sharp and talented. And, you know, and the Justice card, the Emperor card, the Chariot, the Knight of Swords, it's kind of like not giving a fuck, you know? I feel like you guys do care, you know, you really want the best for others, but I feel like a lot of you need more playtime, more simplicity, more fulfillment, more joy in your life, more times to just kind of let it all hang out, you know? Like and some of you may be thinking about if you want to have kids, or, you know, or just embracing your own inner child. And I feel like, you know, you guys are very hard driving, very sharp people, and you can see why people value your skills and your abilities, etc. But, you know, sometimes I feel like people may rely on you a little bit too much, or you're afraid of what you do would, you know, if you were to pull back a little bit. But the thing is that you do need escape, all right? And Justice and Emperor, you know, Justice is kind of like, you know, figure it out yourself, right? Is kind of what I see. It's kind of like, you know, you have everything within you, like you telling that to other people, and kind of with the Knight of Swords, saying things that might be a tad bit uncomfortable for other people to hear, that might be a tad bit, you know, that you feel may upset others. But I also feel like some of you are just kind of needing to let it flow with the honesty, all right? You're needing to really let it rip with the honesty here, okay? And let's see what else from Spirit, okay? Yeah, you guys are meant to be in your flow. You're meant to be balanced, and you are meant to give to others and share with others. This is like my kicking ass businesswoman here. But you know, you guys are meant to do that. You're meant to be in this kind of position where you do help others, but at the same time, not over your own self or over your own life. And some of you guys may have current partners in your life, and you're so busy at times, you may not get to really relax with them, okay? And Spirit is saying it's time to harmonize that energy and balance it out. Yeah. And some of you may be having a bit of a hard time sleeping at night, or winding down, or relaxing your mind. And at night here with the Nine of Swords, you may be kind of tightly wound and having a hard time relaxing at night. And that's why in the astral plane, once you do fall asleep, you're like, you know, fuck off, leave me alone. I'm in my garden with my lover, and we're dancing and loving and laughing on each other, okay? And yeah, and I feel like even at night, you guys may need to, some of you may have spiritual, you know, things that happen at night, or you may have bad dreams at time. And I feel like you just need to call your guides in on that and just say, I'm not going to allow that. This is my time of rest. And you know, I'm clearing any energy, and I'm stepping into my own power here, and I'm not letting any energies close to me that I don't feel like I want to be a part of, okay? It's like even on the astral plane, you know, people need to have manners and be respectful, okay? So that is what I am getting for you, pile number 2. I love it. I wanna come hang out with you guys on the astral plane, but I think you might turn me away, okay? You might be like, no, Natalie, I'm doing my own thing, okay? But I love it. I absolutely love it. I love that energy. So let's get into pile number 3. Ding, ding, ding. Clear the energy. Okay, let's do it. Pile number 3. Taking a breath, anchoring in. Okay, pile number 3, welcome to your reading. You chose the red agate, my darlings. I love it. And the red agate is grounding fire energy, okay? And agate in general is associated with the Fool card in the tarot and feeling secure enough to take a risk, okay? So let's go ahead and channel into it. The energies of pile number 1 and pile number 2 were completely different. So I'm hoping for a lot of fun and interesting stuff in your pile number 3. And let's go ahead and get into it. So the reading is called What Astral Talents Should You Invest In? And for those of you that are like, what are astral talents? I don't know what that is. You know, watch my intro to the video. It is time-stamped to help you understand what that is. And for those of you that are familiar with the astral plane or working on the astral plane, leave your comments, share your experiences, and help teach others. So let's get into it. Spirits, angels, and guides, please clear my energy from the previous piles and help me tap into the energy of my beautiful pile number 3s. Okay. Wow, pile number 3. Okay. Ooh, my head is feeling feeling kind of light in your reading. I feel like some of you may be getting physical healing on the astral plane. Like you may be doing some type of physical healing. Like if you get headaches or you get any type of physical ailments or tightness in the body, etc. I feel like you guys are really dealing with the body on the astral plane. And I feel like some of you may be like leading meditations and helping others heal and restore their body energetically on the astral plane. That's kind of the energy that I'm getting. All right, let's get into it, pile number 3. So what are your astral talents? All right, we have Goddess Medteganai and Heliotrope. Okay, Heliotrope crystal. already there is value, okay? So we're gonna go ahead, this is number 43. We're gonna look at it in the book. I'm gonna read a little bit for you here. I don't know a lot about heliotrope as a crystal, but I'm excited to kind of look at this, okay? So already there is value. We bring you to the empowerment to see that already there is value. It is natural for creative energy to become excited by new possibilities, new forms, and new ideas. It's also possible, however, for creative energy to become engaged in liberating an undiscovered value within that which already exists, polishing it until it shines with divine light. Sometimes there is a need to shed the past and all associated with it completely, starting afresh. However, at other times, there is something of value from the past that can be, if allowed, to bask in the light of your creativity, become very valuable for your future. In your enthusiasm to move forward in life, don't forget to take the value that already exists in your world along with you. The innovative, creative mind tends to be future-oriented. It can see how all things could be. There is an excitement for what is yet to be and a desire to embrace the new, and perhaps a feeling of excitement for what is unusual and stands apart. This can be healthy and helpful. Newness can bring energy and uplifting change. It is wise, however, to not rapidly cast away all that has been to make space for new. It is a question of discernment and degree. Sometimes it will be appropriate to take extreme measures to purge the past. At other times, it is simply not necessary, and if you do not pause to consider the value of what you are releasing, you may lose valuable resources that will support your future. Perhaps it is an idea that will need to be further worked upon for full divine brilliance to be revealed, or a connection that already exists and what is going to unexpectedly rise up and support you on your divine work in some way. Whether it is an old idea half completed, an opportunity not yet acted on, or information not yet taken and digested, the oracle says that something valuable is right under your nose. Wow, pile number 3. There is some creative idea or some inspired action or some life, furtherance of your life path that you are understanding on the astral plane. And it may be something that you wanted to cast away, or that you were like, I'm going to cut and clear that, or I'm going to release those cords. But I feel like something on the astral plane is, you're still learning something there, okay? You're still digesting an experience. You're still taking an experience in, and you're still working with that energy on the astral plane, okay? And there already is value in the experiences that you've had, and you are grounded in your past experiences, like grounded, and they're there for a reason, right? And sometimes, like for me, I know I forget the past sometimes. Like I'm just like, because I change so rapidly myself, and because I have, such a prominent Pluto in my astrological chart, I have Pluto on the ascendant. I just feel like it's like evolve, 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 go, 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 and Pluto is like a very long process. But I feel like when it's on your ascendant and it's a part of yourself, it's like the house of the body, the house of Aries, the house of, self-propulsion in a way, right? And I feel like it gets strongly, anything in the first house, I feel like in your astrology chart gets really activated and pulled out and kind of accelerated, okay? And and I just feel like this is also happening for you guys. Like it might be things that you threw away that you're like, I don't need that, or that's not for me, or I'm just gonna let that go. And it might be that on the astral plane, you're actually like kind of going back to some things because there's gold there for you. There's things that, need to be discovered. And I'm seeing the letter A and C here, A and C, for those of you that resonate with that. I'm also seeing the number 47 here. Okay, so some of you may have a connection to the number 47, or maybe you're close to that age yourself. But I just feel like, you guys are really, Spirit is encouraging you right now not to overlook anything, because there could be, certain gold that you need to still extract from situations from the past, okay? So there already there is value there, all right? And yeah, look at that, 7 of Cups. Already there is value. And look at all these things. I feel like sometimes the reason you guys eliminate things in your day-to-day life is because there's too many things in the ether, right? There's too many things floating around, and you kind of need to narrow it down. And, you know, on the astral plane, it's like all things are possible, right? All things are possible, even if it's a snake, right? Even if it's something that, you know, outwardly looks like it could be threatening or that it wouldn't be good for you. I feel like on the astral plane, you guys kind of welcome in everything. You welcome in everything. And I feel like you kind of teach others that there's nothing that can ultimately hurt you, and you're going to welcome in everything. Now, that doesn't mean that there are certain paths and experiences that we already learned, we already did, either in this lifetime or in a past lifetime, and we don't need to repeat it. We don't need to do it again. We've already extracted all the value from that situation. But I also feel like, you know, I feel like you guys are like, you know, don't worry, like, especially for people that feel that they've kind of repeated the same, they may repeat the same mistake, like in relationships or in friendship or in work, whatever, family, whatever it may be. Like, you're showing people that, you know, all experiences are value, all experiences have gold. And it's not as a way to spiritually bypass and wander around like, you know, like we have stars in our eyes and we're just like, I don't know, man. You know, it's not to get into that energy. It's to really explore and to really let our imaginations run wild, okay? And I do feel like there could be a creative project or something that is in the ethers right now for you, pile number 3, that you may have a sense of it, and it's like you just kind of need to reach out and grab it, okay? Ooh, wow. Dream sweet, sleep deep. Dream sweet, sleep deep. Sleep that deep that lasts till morning. Wondrous dreams for days reborn. Oh my God. Number 45. Sleeping deep, pile number 3. I actually have a friend who told me that she didn't know for so many years that she had like a sleeping disorder or like sleep apnea, and she wasn't getting enough oxygen while she slept, and she never got for like, and it started, I think, even when she was a teenager, and she's in her 40s now, and she finally got the problem diagnosed, and now she sleeps so much better. And her doctor told her, I can't believe you survived through that physically because you weren't getting enough oxygen and you were always tired, right? And I feel like because I mentioned that at the beginning of your reading, there may be some physical thing that you're working on too in dream time, pile number 3. And getting that sweet, deep sleep is really something that you can give to yourself because, yeah, look at this. You need time to roam. I feel like you guys on the astral plane, like, you're very imaginative, you're very creative, you explore many different options. I feel like some of you could even morph into an animal on the astral plane. Like, I feel like some of you could even be, you know, like experiencing what it would be like to be a bird or a dove or a cheetah, or I feel like you guys are just exploring a lot of things. And in the astral plane, you're like, everything has value, right? And I'm really drawn to this cheetah because I'm like, are you guys like cheetahs on the astral plane? You know, you guys are just kind of like roaming the jungles and exploring and trying. I feel like you guys are very magical on the astral plane. You're trying on many different identities and many different things. You're like, what would it be like to be this? Or what would it be like to be that, right? And you're getting a lot of freedom to do that. So let's read about the cheetah. Solar force, action, and achievement, masculine energy. The cheetah is the epitome of solar forces at work. The sun doesn't shine onto the cheetah. It shines from inside this great creature and expands outward to brighten the universe. The energy with a cheetah personality is palpable to others, and they naturally attract an audience to bear witness to their remarkable achievements. Purpose and passion are the best fuel for a cheetah's forward momentum. So if you're lacking in those areas, reconnect to the why before you start running, okay? And when in balance, the cheetah achieves anything and has boundless energy. When out of balance, the cheetah can be impatient and competitive. To bring into balance, reconnect to your purpose, okay? So I do feel like some of you guys on the astral plane are really, you know, you may be having a lot of experiences with animals or cats, or you may be encountering, you know, you may be spending time with animals that have passed over in your life that are now in spirit. And yeah, and I feel like you guys are ready to pounce on the astral plane. And that's why, you know, when you sleep really deep, I feel like you can be super active on the astral plane when you're really in deep sleep, and you really can explore almost anything, right? Because you're so you know, you're so rooted then in the astral plane when you're sleeping that deeply. And I feel like you guys may morph into different creatures. I feel like some of you may have, you know, you may be like flying in your dreams, or you may have, you know, like dragons, like riding a dragon, right? Or something like that. I feel like you guys are, the deeper that you sleep in pile number 3, I feel like the more you heal your body, your physical body as well. And I feel like if you do have any physical things that make it difficult for you to move fast, or to feel really strong in your body, or feel very active in your body, I feel like, you know, in your dream time, you're super active, you're super agile, you're very strong, you move quickly, okay? And you wake up in the morning from a deep sleep like feeling better, okay? For those of you that are able to actually get that deep sleep. And yeah, and you're trying many different things, I feel like, on the astral plane. You're like, I'm gonna try this, I'm gonna try that. Everything has value, okay? We have the brother in darkness. Whenever negative energy is present, it's a sign that we are ready to move more deeply into our feminine divine power. You shall overcome any negative energy with grace and triumph. Stay in your heart. There is no need to be afraid. Yeah, there is no need to be afraid of anything. And, you know, you are overcoming any darkness and, you know, moving deeply into your feminine power, all right? The cheetah is a feminine, you know, like powerful animal that goes for what it wants, right? Let's see what else. Oh, I mentioned dragons. Look at that. We have dragon strength, the fire. Definitely. You guys are interacting with dragons in the astral plane too. It's like How to Train Your Dragon. I think that's a movie. And you guys could be teaching people how to interact with, you know, forces that seem like they might overwhelm them or overpower them, right? And I think you're encouraging people on the astral plane to overcome, you know, any fear, any guilt, fear, or shame, right? Any energy that settles in the lower chakras that can hold us back from our true expression, right? And you guys are working with dragon energy. Wow, dragon and cheetah energy, so powerful, right? And if some of you, you know, feel physically limited in any way, like, you know, I know some people, like, you know, obviously we've been in a global pandemic, and some people have actually, you know, gotten COVID or experienced that and are still experiencing symptoms of that, or people that have just had chronic pain issues or chronic issues. I feel like, you know, on the astral plane, you guys are powerful. You guys are, your bodies are powerful, all right? And you're helping others like overcome fear. Yeah, we have 4 of Swords here. Just breathe. Look at this. Oh my God, I've got chills. Oh wow. Some of you may look like the woman on this card. And I love this yellow, blue, and green dress that she's wearing. And it feels very like Grecian or Roman to me, or like Italian, Grecian, Mediterranean kind of energy to me. But I feel like you guys are meeting up with the divine feminine, with one of your feminine guides on the astral plane. And you guys are also that for others too. It's like you tell people, just breathe, just relax. It's gonna, oh my God, I'm seeing the word high here, H-I, high, okay? I'm also seeing the initials N-A-I, N-A and I, but I'm seeing the word high here, and it looks like your guide is saying hi, pile number 3. Your guide's like, what's up, pile number 3? Hey, what you up to, girl, right? Or boy. But yeah, I mean, you really encompass other people, and you really make them feel that they're safe, and And it's coming out under this deep sleep, which a lot of times people think the Four of Swords is like, you know, really a lot of mental peace or going into a deep peace. They're like, is that person sleeping so hard that they look practically dead, right? And yeah, I feel like you guys are connecting with your spirit guide in your dream too, and you're guiding others as well. And you're saying, just relax, just absorb the experience, right? Because it's gonna help you a lot. Ooh, teach, right? Hierophant. Look at you guys, and look at this animal right next to the teacher. I feel like in your dreams, you guys incorporate, or not even in your dreams, but on the astral plane, it's like you guys incorporate the energy of animals, and a lot of wild and feral animals, I feel like. And they kind of sit at your command, pile number 3. And I feel like you guys are holding classes on the astral plane, okay? And you're telling people how to relax into a variety of experiences so that they can overcome and conquer their fears. Oh my God, pile number 3. That's so awesome. Meditate and contemplate. That is with the just breathe and sleep energy. So the deeper that you relax into sleep time and dream time, I feel like pile number 3, the better, you know, you're able to do this work. And I do think that you are a spiritual teacher in this area on the astral plane, okay? Like you are a spiritual teacher there, and you interact so well with others, and you help bring them out of fear and, you know, into strength and perseverance here. Ooh, we have Mercury retrograde reinvention. Yeah, I mean, I feel like you could be telling people on the astral plane how to change themselves, how to feel better about themselves, and how to enjoy themselves, how to feel better physically in their bodies, all right? And the connection between the mind body, I feel like you guys are teaching on that, and you're walking them through your experiences that you've had on the earth plane thus far. I feel like you guys are also teaching people that have not incarnated either ever or for a long time. Like I feel like you guys are teaching spirits that have not incarnated or haven't for a long time. And you're helping them see in like a very genius way how they can draw from your experiences and learn from you, even though they're not currently on the earth plane. Wow, pile number 3. And I feel like, you know, maybe in your day-to-day waking life, you guys are teachers of some sort, or you do work with the physical body, or you may have experienced some physical limitations, okay? And some of you may be studying the body, or how to help heal others, or, you know, how people can, you know, have the most vitality, etc., nutrition. I feel like you guys may do stuff like that. And you're respected teachers on the astral plane. And you show people, you know, where the value's at in things, okay? So let's see. What is pile number 3's astral talents here? 5 of Wands. Oh my God, look at the dragons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dragons on this picture, right? Like, look at the dragon and the dragon. Oh man, how to train your dragon, right? The unruly dragons that are just kind of flying all over the place with no purpose and don't know how to channel their energy into something. People that where like competition with others is more important than their own, you know, evolvement and development within themselves. I mean, I feel like you guys in the astral plane, you guys can step into some combative energies and you handle it like a pro. And I feel like, okay, you go to your corner, think about what you've done. I feel like you guys may be kind of an astral referee of some sorts. Like you do this, you do that. You may be directing people that way. And like I said, I also feel that you're working with animals and you're using animals as a way to teach and work with others, all right? And even in situations, I feel like sometimes you guys may run simulations about what it's like to be on the earth plane with animals, or to show people that are going to be taking incarnations here. I feel like you guys may run a training ground for people that are taking incarnations here. Oh my God, I have the chills. I do indeed. Oh, look at that. Who's bossing it up? Queen of Wands. Look at this fire energy with the cheetah, the Five of Wands, the Queen of Wands. Yeah, I mean, it's so funny because I feel like, you know, you guys have this Pisces energy, this dreaming energy, this Four of Swords, calming, kind of soothing, maybe Libra, Pisces, Cancer, even Scorpio kind of energy. And it's like on the astral plane, I feel like you guys are fired up and ready to go. You're like, let's do this shit, you know? Pile number 3, I love it. And I feel like you guys study a lot on the astral plane, and you study with others, and you study with some ascended masters, I feel like, too. I feel like you study with some, possibly some like monks or people who, even from Europe, who were like former, like Saint Augustine, I'm just getting like, or Saint Thomas Aquinas, you know, I don't even know all those, I don't even know all those people, but I'm just, or like Plato, Socrates. I feel like you guys study many things on the astral plane, and I feel like you guys are very experimental, and I feel like you guys kind of get to putter around on the astral plane and kind of like try things. You know, you may have like a man cave or a woman cave on the astral plane where you can kind of study and learn and work with some ascended masters. And I feel like you guys come back from these experiences like recharged, ready to go, ready to kind of show people what to do, ready to kind of teach and train others, ready to work together with others, okay? Yeah, if you guys are sleeping very deeply at night, you don't really remember your dreams, and you wake up and you're just like, I don't know, you know, or sometimes you wake up even tired after you have been sleeping very deeply, know that you are doing this work, all right? It's like women who run with the wolves. And I know, and I'm just thinking also of that movie Dances with Wolves, right? Like with Kevin Costner from back in the day. It's like women who run with the wolves, dances with wolves, like guys who dance with the wolves, you know, men, women, whoever is watching this, right? Knight of Pentacles, again, horse. I'm loving the dragons and the horse here. Some of you may love horses, and I feel like some of you guys may have a horse that you really love on the astral plane. Deer, horses, dragons, cheetahs, fishes, wolves, you know? I mean, I feel like you guys just sort of resonate with that energy, and I feel like it makes you feel really comfortable, secure, safe. And I feel like, you know, you guys are, although you guys are very dynamic and you do all this work, I also feel like you're like, there's no rush, you know? There's no rush, especially when you're working with others. You're very patient and calm. You're like, there's no rush. We'll get there when we get there. It's going to be just fine. You know, we'll take our time. We'll be consistent. I feel like you guys train a lot on your own too. Yeah. And I do feel like you guys are training people to come to the earth plane on the astral plane. Look at this. Look at these two knights facing each other. I feel like you help show people how to remain calm when things are really coming at them and really kind of attacking them from all sides. And I feel like you teach people how to sustain energy in their body and heal their body, okay, when their mind is like going 1,000 miles an hour. And I think you have people kind of face off with others and to sort of like train, okay? And sort of like you watch this, okay? And you study it and you help people and you say, okay, this is what you need to learn. And you become an authority on this issue. Wow, pile number 3. I'm so, yeah. I'm so excited for you. I didn't even know that people could do this on the astral plane. It's weird sometimes when I do readings because I even learn new things that I had never even thought about before but are coming through to me. Yeah, you know, I mean, I feel like Two of Swords here, like you guys are deep channelers. You're deep channelers. And when you are in touch with the divine feminine, it's like, you know, it's a sign that we are ready to move more deeply into our feminine divine power. You shall overcome any negative energy with grace and triumph. Two of Swords, okay? Stay in your heart. There is no need to be afraid. Meditate and contemplate. I feel like now we're kind of getting to what needs to happen here in your daytime life. And some of you, because you do deal with these complex energies on the astral plane and you are able to handle them and teach and work through them, I feel like sometimes you may have like, you know, feelings of that on the earth plane, or you may run into situations that may be, you know, not very peaceful, or that just, you know, that you're not sure of what decision to make or what direction to go. And it's so crazy because I feel like on the astral plane, you guys are very decisive and you know what to do and you study a lot, okay? But, you know, Spirit is saying here, like in your 3D life, it's super important for you guys to kind of not always be in training mode, to sometimes meditate and contemplate, and also to, which is very much Two of Swords energy here, Libra, Pisces energy. I mean, and I feel like with the Three of Cups here, Spirit is saying, you know, find people that you can spend time with or be around where it's not like training or, you know, competitive, or just people that you can kind of be yourself around and have fun with and enjoy the moment with, okay? And just kind of be in the present moment and be in your feelings. And I feel like with Strength here, Spirit is saying, if there is, and look at the animal, again, you with the animal, with the lion here. Look at how you guys, the lion is just sleeping next to you, right? You're just like, pile number 3, right? I feel like it's really important for you guys to just have like nice, chill people in your life that you can kind of like talk with, where there's no expectation that you're doing anything for them. And then I think you need to set aside time for yourself to kind of go within and process some of the work that you're doing on the astral plane and connect with that, okay? Very meditative, very loving, very sweet, kind energy. But with Strength here, I think also too, Spirit wants to tell you that they want to heal your body, your spirit, your soul, your mind in any way that you need. And that you're such a faithful companion to Spirit, and you're such an amazing teacher, that, you know, animals, children, etc., or like babies, animals, children, all the souls that you're helping on the astral plane and on the physical plane too are just so deeply indebted to you, pile number 3, okay? And not in a way that is like ego driven or whatever, you know what I mean? It's just, I feel you guys inspire a lot of loyalty from others because there is this tender care and this willingness to help people achieve and not just achieve, but also know their own power and strength, in not a way that you have power over others or over nature or over the environment, but, you know, the power that comes from hanging in there and persevering, okay? And you guys are just, Spirit is just imbuing you with all this strength and power because you deserve it. Okay, pile number 3, I hope you enjoyed your reading. I certainly loved being in your energy. I thought it was great. Please comment, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you, and bless you, pile number 3.